This man was crazy. Hey, welcome back to another video nobody asked for. I'm Sarah, and today I'm gonna be telling a story. Let's get right into it. Today's story is about this guy who tried to live in our church. This happened about a few months ago, it was late 2019. This old man, my dad met this old man somewhere, I don't know. My dad was trying to get a table for his church office or something, and he met this old man who had this truck. So this old man was just like, oh yeah, I'll help you bring the table, because my dad and my brother were bringing in the table from a store, but my dad's car wasn't big enough, or my brother's car, someone's car wasn't big enough. So he had a truck, and he offered to help them. As it turns out, this guy needed a place to stay. He wasn't from Connecticut. He was just waiting for his insurance check or social security check to come in so he could put a down payment or something on an apartment so then he could move in. But the money hadn't come yet. So the guy didn't have a place to stay, and instead of going to a homeless shelter, he asked my dad if he could stay with us. But the thing is, last time we let people stay with us, trouble ensued. That's another story for another time. I will tell that story eventually. Not to mention the fact that we live in a place that's too small to accommodate for a whole family in the first place, so we can't really be accommodating other people. And my dad offered up the church. He said, the church doesn't have everything you need, but it's better than staying on the streets. So the guy agreed, and my dad said, okay, but you could only stay until the end of November, because I think that's around the time the guy was supposed to be getting the money. So he said, okay, you only can stay until the end of November, because he knew what happened last time. Girl, that's a story in and of itself. The mistake my dad made was giving this guy a key to the church. Oof, you'll find out why that was a mistake later. My dad gave him a key to the church so he could go in and out. And my dad also periodically gave this guy money so he could buy food. So my dad was really helping this guy out. My dad also went to this food bank in our city that was open on Sundays and Wednesdays, so we can get hot meals and stuff. Because our church is uber small and doesn't have a kitchen or anything. This man took his belongings and brought them all to the church. Every single week when we'd come to church, he would attend, he would ask questions, be very active, be very vocal. He seems like, your average man of God. He got really comfy, he got really cozy, he really made himself at home. He even, nailed a picture that his 17-year-old daughter made for him onto the wall. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this guy, he had kids. He had an ex-wife who I guess got a restraining order against him. I guess none of them were willing to help him out, so he asked a complete stranger. Eventually the man got the money he needed to put the money down for the apartment he was getting, and my dad actually went with him. And when they went to the apartment, this guy saw the apartment and he was like, I don't really want to live here anymore. I don't like it. So my dad said, okay, why don't you just go to another place? And he was like, I think that God is telling me that I need to stay in this church. I need to live here for a longer time. And my dad naturally responded, yeah, I think not. I have a higher connection to God than you do because I'm a pastor. So you're lying. I know it. Stop. So the guy got mad at my dad, so he continued to stay there. And whenever we came to church, he wouldn't be inside the place. He wouldn't be in the seating area where if he needed to use the bathroom, he would come out and use the bathroom, then go to the back. He would just go to my dad's office space and just chill there while we had church, which was really weird and really awkward. And at the time, I had no idea why he was doing. I was like, is he good? Is he not gonna come? What's going on? I had no idea until later. Despite the fact that my dad said he could only stay until the end of the month, and that time was approaching, this guy decides, I don't really feel like leaving, and he brought even more stuff. So he brought more groceries. He brought some furniture. I didn't really see much of it because I didn't really go back to my dad's office that much. He brought his toiletries to bring in the bathroom. everything. And mind you, our church doesn't have a shower. Like, our bathroom is just a toilet and a sink, you know, as basic as bathrooms get. He had no place to shower. There was no fridge. There was no oven. There was no nothing. All he had was a bathroom and all his belongings. Like, he couldn't cook food or anything there. So I have no idea why he would take the church, a place that doesn't have all the amenities that a home would, over an actual place to live. I swear, some people are so weird. My dad gets tired of it and says, I'm gonna call the police if you don't leave, because you can't stay here. You just can't. This guy disappears somewhere nearby, and my dad waits for him all day long. And the reason why I say nearby is because I assume he knew that my dad was there and saw his car, so that's why he was able to stay away the whole time my dad was there. So my dad literally stayed there all day. Homeboy didn't show up, so my dad leaves. My dad gets the idea to change the locks because the guy did have a key. So he decides to change the locks, and then he was gonna like put his stuff outside or something. So he comes back, the guy's not there. So my dad decides to change the locks. And as he's changing the locks, when he's getting the locks changed, because somebody else is doing it, not him, the guy runs into the guy. This is why we know he was nearby. The guy immediately like realized what my dad was doing and came into the church and refused to leave. He just sat there like, I'm not leaving. You can't change the locks on me. I'm not leaving. So then my dad was like, okay, I'll just call the police. And when he called the police, he told, like I said, I wasn't here. This is just what I heard from my dad. He said that the police took a really, really, really long time to come, and they were very, very, very focused on guess what they really, really, really wanted to know about this man. Guess his race. Yep. We all know how the police are. We all know. Because this man was white, the police took their sweet old time to get here, to get there. Like, I think my dad said he had to call the police not once, but twice so they could actually show up. And then once they get there, they coddle this man. They coddle him. They're like, come on, sir, you're trespassing. You can't stay here. Because when the police get there, my dad told them the whole situation, and they said, sir, you can't stay here. This isn't a home. You can't live here. At this point, you're trespassing. So the police basically coddled this man for about 2 hours. So for 2 entire hours, they were basically begging this man, as my dad told me, because like I said, I wasn't there. My dad told me that they were coddling him. They're like, come on. They're basically begging him. They were treating him like a child. This grown man. This man was my dad's age, by the way. He wasn't, maybe even older. I'm not sure. After about 2 hours, they're like, sir, we're going to have to arrest you. And they were nice about that too, you know? No one's knee was on his neck. So after the guy gets arrested, he eventually gets out, and my dad says, you can come pick up your stuff in a few days. And that was the end of that. We never saw him ever again. Moral of the story is, don't let people live in your church. Sometimes not even your home, especially if you don't know them. Because people are weird, and people will try to take advantage of the situation. If you didn't hate this video, you could like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.